Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys have a fabulous Sunday. And as I promised, I'm here to talk about my transformation journey as from 3 to 30 years of my age. This is going to be a very slightly long video because I think I can accommodate only if it's going to be a long video. And first of all, this is not about weight loss. This is not me talking about, hey, do you know there's one weight loss clinic that does enormous transformations for you in 6 months, 3 months. No, 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 no nonsense like that I'm going to talk about. Okay. In this video, the core purpose of me doing this video is if there is someone like me who is suffering from all these issues and feel that you know is not going to work or life is not going to work, life is going to be like this with these problems and with these kind of stories, then it might help you. That is the only core reason I'm putting this video. uh, Now I have decided to open up all the issues that I faced, so it might help someone who is that's on that stage of life and thinking if they might not able to come out of that. I'm here to say that yes, you can. Okay, nothing else. So first, let me start. I was a hyperglycemic from 3 years of my age. Okay, from 3 to 13 or 15 will be very short, nothing much. After that, it's going to take a leap transformation. Okay, so I was a hyperglycemic kid. Okay, I was born with diabetes. My mother had diabetes, so I had diabetes. It's quite normal. I was an overweight kid. I was born with 4 kilos of my weight, and then I was given tablets to fix that hyperglycemia. Okay. Then up to by 15 years of age, most of my food habits are packed foods. I used to have a lot of packed foods: chocolates, ice creams, biscuits, chips. 90s kids would know what is the chips that I'm talking about. I don't want to mention the name and all. It's the cream onion and the cream onion and cheese and cream onion. Yeah, cheese and cream onion. I'm sorry, creamy cheese and onion. You might have guessed what it is. That's my favorite one. I used to eat a packet daily. I used to eat a packet daily. That 5 rupees packet daily. So, but that didn't affect me as a weight. Like until my 15 years of age, that didn't affect my weight. It was quite normal. But I preferred packaged foods rather than home cooked foods. And like home cooked poriyal or in any South Indian household would make. I would not eat it. So after 15 years of my age, when I attended my puberty, that's where all the problems started. My hormones took a leap toll, and I went into a condition of like abnormal weight gain in just 5 years. That one was very bad, and again the mistake was on my side because I always ignored all the nutritious food that was given at that point of time. He used to give urad dal laddu and all those stuffs, but I never had it. I always ignored it. That's one of also the mistakes that I did, because at that point of time, what you have is going to serve you for rest of your life. That's something which I learned the hard way. Then by 15, 16, 17, then I mean 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, my college days, that's where I started really concentrating on my health. The teens are the stage of your life where you always wanted to live according to others expectations. You always wanted to fulfill others expectations, and you always find happiness in it. So when I visited my college, people there were girls were sleek, trim, tall, very fitness freaking women. So I was like, oh, then we have to adapt ourselves according to this environment. So I started dieting. I started doing all the nonsense diets: water diet, no carb diet, this diet, that diet. I lost the weight in the most unhealthy way possible. So I lost about like 5 to 6 kilos of my weight, and that was something I thought that was an achievement at that point of time. uh, by the time I always had this one issue through my life, which is fainting. From my school days, I had this problem. I used to faint a lot. In fact, in the parades, in the march past, a lot of things has happened. Like I used to faint a lot because I had very low blood sugar levels, which I was not knowing by that point of time. Okay, I used to faint a lot. I mean, every month I used to faint. Every month, every single month, I used to faint, and I used to be looked upon in a very inferior way in my school, where they say, "Okay, she's gonna faint now." So, previous month you fainted in this date, and now in this day they used to mark the date where I got faint. I mean, which date I got fainted. So when I lost my weight in my college, the faintness started even more. The fainting problem started even more increasing. It was it was very horrible. Like I used to faint every single month when I'm menstruating, because my body got even more weaker. So I used to menstruate. I used to faint a lot, and my mother used to take me to the homeopathic medication, and she used to, because I completely do not like that homeopathy antibiotic medication and all. I don't like it. So she used to take me to the homeopathic medication, and I was under medication. It was not like medication. It's like a very low, side effect tablets. So then by 21, 22, 23, it was quite normal. My weight was in the normal condition. In my college days, I used to go to gym. I used to think that treadmill is the only instrument in the world that will, I mean, that's the only machine in the world that will make me lose weight. And I do a lot of treadmill. I suffer from lots of muscle spasms the next morning. I couldn't get up. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do my daily activities. In spite of that, I thought I am losing a lot of weight. And I felt so proud about it. And I lost a major part in nutrition. I did not take proper nutritious food. Uh, so what happens is, if I go to gym, uh, my weight will be little maintained. Otherwise, it will shoot up or it will go really down. I couldn't maintain a stable weight. Okay, that's the point. I couldn't maintain a stable weight at all. And also, I used to have this idea phenomenon in my mind that in order you to be healthy, you need to eat something out of the world. I always do this. I never ate what my family ate. I always wanted something different. I used to travel so many kilometers from my home to get all the unseasonal exotic fruits from the market, and I used to have it. Now, by this time, I realized how foolish I was. That's okay. Certain regrets are worth it. So, and then by 2015, when I was 25, I joined a night shift. That's where all the trauma began. My complete life started going upside down. Okay. Why I'm saying this is, I used to be very active in singing, and then in college culturals, in acting, in participating in drama. In the college, I'm talking about. And even after I was joining my job, I used to go to marriage orchestras, and I'll be very involved in what I love. My 2015, when I joined the night shift, everything changed, and I gained about like 18 to 20 kilos of my weight. And I didn't concentrate anything. I never exercised. I used to have biryani at night, 12 o'clock. Um, my metabolism levels dropped really bad. I A lot happened actually. People When I gained 20 kilos of my weight, people used to say that I look like Kumki. A lot of body shaming will happen, but the body shaming never affected me. Body shaming never hurted me. I was like, what hurted me more was what I was loving. I loved singing. I was more passionate about it. I want to pursue something there. It was what was in my very early stages of my life, that I got very disconnected. I got very disconnected, and the monotonous work of me, the erratic shifts, my erratic sleeping schedules, with zero nutrition. I never had anything healthy. I never had fruits. I never had vegetables. I used to have 1 o'clock, in the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I used to have ice creams, lots of milkshakes, lots of processed packaged foods, and it really took a very bad toll on my health. Okay. And then by 2017, I still remember uh, one day I couldn't climb steps. I couldn't climb steps. And the another major issue I faced was varicose veins. If people know what varicose veins is, just Google it and see what it is. That means your nervous system is getting weaker and weaker. That means if you just move your feet, you'll hear the sound tok 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 tok. You will hear the sound. That will be very annoying and irritating, and it'll be very painful. I was into like so much of fatigue, and I won't get up from my bed. I'll be just lying in my bed. I'll have varicose veins. I'll have breathlessness, because of which my singing capability completely decreased. Because for a singer, your breathing capacity or your breathing techniques should be good. Otherwise, you can't hold your breath. Okay, so everything starts. So at one point of time when I wanted to sing something which I'm fond of, I couldn't sing. That's why I was broken. Literally, I wasn't broken about people saying me this, that, body shaming me. It never to, because I never spend my energy to those things which doesn't value or which has no value in it. But what really hurted me is I couldn't do something which I was doing, and that hurt me a lot. And then one day I was completely broken. I was crying, and I found this swimming academy near my house. I was deciding that I am not going to gyms, because those gyms and those diet charts and those very stipulated approach to fitness never worked for me. Different things work for different people. That kind of fitness approach did not work for me. I found it very monotonous. I don't find it interesting. So I joined a swimming academy, and that's where my complete life changed. I started realizing that fitness is just not about how much do you weigh, or what's your weight and how much are the weighing scale. It is more about the mental peace and mental happiness. Something which you enjoy doing yourself matters a lot, and your body will take care of all the results, and the results are on the way always. So I joined a swimming academy. I have made lots of friends, from like chota chota bacha, like 6 years to like 50 years of age people. um, we used to dive without knowing swimming. That's not diving, that's jumping. Okay, we used to do all those fun sorts, and it was very balanced. My flexibility levels got increased, my stamina got increased, my fainting levels got really down. I did not faint. When I fainted once in a month, I used to faint like once in 8 months. That's what my fainting ratio will look like. And then yeah, and then I lost about 18 kilos of my weight. Then by I discontinued swimming because I was winter, and the academy did not maintain good standards in the swimming pool during the winters. Usually people do a lot of swimming during summers. So then I discontinued swimming, and then I started HID training. It is high intensity workout training, functional training. And then um, 2 months of my functional training, I quit that as well, because again I fainted doing a very high aerobic training without knowing what your body will accept. We do things without knowing about it. Don't do that. Then I started reading a lot of things about what works for you is based on your three doshas of your body. I started reading a lot of Ayurvedic journals, a lot of Ayurvedic books. Then I came to know that each and every body is different. Each and every body is different, of course. What works for someone might not work for you, need not work for you. Then and also functional training is, for that matter, is something is very skeptical. I'm reading a book about functional training. I will put across any interesting inputs if I found, because I came to know that women should not do functional training in any time of the month. There's a particular time of the month where you're supposed to do functional training, that will be effective. You cannot do functional training at all the times of the month, especially women who are in reproductive age. Okay. So then I realized, okay, so then I realized my life has changed because of my choices, what I made. To wrap this up, I wanted to just give 5 interesting inputs about if you want to change your life, if you want to approach your life with a much more enthu and zest, just follow the 5 things, okay? Always put health as a priority, because that then follows everything. If you're not putting health as a priority, then nothing is going to turn your way. Second thing, in regards to food and nutrition, always coexist. Eat what others eat what in your family eats. Don't try anything exotic from the world. Nothing works like that. Now, there's nothing there's no like magical ingredient in this world that will make you fat. I'm sorry, now that will make you slim, trim, and sleek. Come out of the beauty standards. There's no such beauty standards. In fact, world is much more like it has come out of all the beauty standards now. There's no particular beauty standard. And then uh, know a little about uh, insulin resistance, especially for fat women who are fat, especially women who are suffering from these weight issues. Know a little about insulin resistance. What is that? Uh, it has a lot to do with women rather than men. Okay, and then try to make early morning schedule. Always try to be a morning person, because that is more interlinked with insulin resistance. And then always pursue what you wanted to pursue with your whole heart. And that's it. I have lots of points regarding diet and nutrition, but I don't want to inculcate in this video because it is going to a little is getting very very long. So see you all with lots of love and peace. Goodbye. Take care.